Hey y'all, I'm here because I got hit up by some mods and people from this artists community. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick. We're going to talk about Areku 11, but for the rest of the video, I'm just going to call him Areku. Now, Areku has a lot of followers, but I don't believe they're real followers. I think he bought them for social proof, or for who knows what reason, but we're going to go over what I got approached about. Now, I saw this account before on Reddit, and I was like, what's wrong with this account? I saw it a few months ago, and I decided that I was probably going to just kind of ignore it. It was probably weird. It felt like it was using midjourney from Midjourney, but to be honest, I didn't feel like investigating it. I was doing a bunch of other stuff. So what happened was the mods and some members started thinking that Areku was using AI in his content, and what he does is he dismisses it completely. So I'm gonna read over a little bit of that. Alexandra goes, I had doubts because I have many proofs from other people. I won't give names, but there are many. Areku goes, I don't know, it doesn't really matter to me, but if you believe in it, all the better. I do this every day, and if some people want to belittle my art for their own personal pleasure or frustration, that's fine. I'm like, and she goes, fine then. Sorry for the inconvenience. And she goes, no problem. And she goes, hey, Alex, the server is dead. What happened? Also, people ask me a lot, when are you going to make that video? When you draw, I mean, you promised this for a long time already. This was on 7/21. So Alexandra tries to kind of go over this a little bit more with Areku and says, we got to talk. Alex goes, tell me, one important question. Do you use AI on your art? Please answer honestly. Alex, answer the question. Wait, please, I'm a bit busy, I guess. Fine, but I expect a fucking answer. No, you don't use it. Are you 100% sure that this is an honest answer? So then she shows him these images here. Explain this, please. There are more glitches. You can't tell me that you drew those hands or that it was an error. And it's on more drawings starting from November 2023. Please explain this to me. Just look at my older drawings. Hands have never been my best. You don't believe me, and that's okay. Sends more drawings where it's literally traced over. I'm a bit busy, but if you want, we can talk about it another time. And she goes, it's identical. But you can do that with every drawing. How when it's made with AI, it's literally identical. And she goes, you can tell me you drew glitches on the hands. Okay, I understand no hands in the drawings at all. But this, where you can clearly see there's something going on here that's wrong. You can use my art to generate AI too. And he's like, I don't see what's wrong. He goes, the second finger on the gun. The gun is a Clip Studio asset. I overlay it in one hand. If you don't want to be a mod anymore because of your doubts on this, it's okay, I understand. I'm like, and she goes, I had doubts because I have many proofs from other people. So, but we're going to look at some of these images, all right? So let me go pick them up and look at them real quick. First, we're going to look at the ones that she posted to him directly. There's this guy with the gun, and I don't think even if you drew hands bad, you would draw like that. Personally, I just don't believe that. The gun is whatever, but I don't really believe it's an asset. It could be, but the gun doesn't even really look like an asset to me. And then there's this hand right here, which is like, it's kind of like stumpy, where it looks like they cut off all the fingers. And I don't know. It's warped. It's very warped. And the back of this hand, there's something going on here. No, alright, you can be like, alright, some of these are glitches, but let's look at these images where he traced. I mean, clearly traced. The only thing that's a little bit different is the ear, but this is definitely traced. Like, the thing is I also noticed that he does a lot of anime drawings, but he doesn't do them in their outfits, which leads me to believe that he is using AI and he's just generating something that comes from Midjourney or Stable Diffusion. But I think it's Midjourney, personally. I really do, because we'll look at it later, but this is an AI image that you could just find on the internet. So he's just tracing it. And I know some people are like, yeah, just trace it. But at the same time, like, you know how I feel about that. So he has another one here, which is supposed to be, it's Gojo, but then he turns it into Sakuna, I think. And it's just literally a traced image. That's it. And I think that he traces this. This clearly just is just a layover. And he traces the face. And this is already an AI image, so we already know where this comes from, which is whatever. That's probably why it looks awkward. Now he's also had this thing where he's drawing the abs weird, which I don't really think he's drawing the abs. I think he's just using midjourney, because if you look at these, like, what? And that's the thing, is like, people are consistent with their art styles. Like, there's certain things that don't change. Like, people don't draw different types of ears. They draw the same type of ear. They don't draw different, like, features that belong, like, you know what I mean? Like, they might have different art styles, but there's things that are consistent all the way across the board. You wouldn't just learn how to draw abs here, and then suddenly another picture where the abs are more realistic and they look fine. So there's also this thing where he is tracing over someone's an image. Now, I have the original image, but he's trying to tell people that he didn't just turn this black and white and trace over it. Like, this is just black and white. It's not even, he didn't even draw this at all. There's nothing drawn here. There's no rendering. He also has this issues where he's got this picture with this mutated foot, which no character could walk with this. The black and white is really to hide the problems. Like, if he's supposed to be stepping back, why is an extra shoe stepping forward? He looks like he's about to fall. Also, there was this thing where one of the mods was asked to give a picture of herself so she could be drawn by Areku. And there's weird stuff going on in this image here. You could see this here, but let's also look at the other image that I got sent. Where is it? The picture that he sent her is like very strange. It's just very strange to me. You can tell that it has AI-isms in it, like right here. The tangents where the hair goes into the ear. Like, it's not separated. And all this stuff and this uneven table and the legs, like, I just don't believe that this is, I believe that he generated this and then he tried to fix the hands and he can't, so it looks wonky. There's also this image where you can see that there's a little bit of a difference because this hand is missing a finger and this hand is not. And can I just say, I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're drawing, to me, if somebody has an urban samurai on their profile and it's a woman and she's like, I'm so cool looking, look at my outfit, it's so trendy, or she's wearing a kimono and she has a sword, I almost will always think you probably generated that, because I don't know what it is about AI accounts. They really like that aesthetic. They love that. They love to do that. And on almost every AI account, there's some girl standing in a cyberpunk city with sword in her hand, and it's samurai, and she's cool looking. It's not cool. It doesn't look cool. It looks cringe. It's almost like, you know how a long time ago, like, well, no, dudes still do it. You know how, like, when you would see those anime guys, and they would have the fedoras on and like the kimono, and they would wear that to school. Like, it's a look. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how like anime people dress sometimes? Like, and I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying you know what they're into when you see it. Like, when I see the urban samurai character on someone's page, I'm like, are they using AI? It's just an assumption. It's just an assumption. Do not come at me in the comments, okay? Don't do it. I can feel you coming at me already. There's someone who subscribed to me who draws urban samurais, okay? Listen, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about when I look at accounts, when I'm investigating, and suddenly there's an urban samurai girl, I'm always like, okay, this person probably using AI, and almost always they are. There's this hand from one of his drawings too. Just getting back on topic. And here's the actual picture that came from something that he just put in the background. He didn't even try. Now, I did a few little investigations. So here's one of mine. Here's with these two girls. This is AI text. It's just AI text. Because want veggies? You can see that this glass here is warped. These back here are warped. Like, they don't make... It's not making sense over here. These ears are not the same ears. And these glasses back here too. These are also pretty warped. This is just AI. This is an AI image because it looks like crunchy. It looks like somebody made it crunchy helmet. I don't even need to look this up, but I already know that this is AI because it can't do armor. It can't do stuff like that. And then also this little part with the hair here, it's a little bit weird. I'm losing my voice. I am so sorry. Now there's something else that I noticed about this is that his process is what is telling on him. So what he does is he generates an image and then he draws over it on the outlines and draws on the inside a little bit. And then he adds random scars everywhere. But the thing is that he's not very good at hiding those problems from people. So he always ends up leaving some of it in. And right here, you can see it right there. There's something like this is just an image in the background and some kind of AI something is going on with this. The thing is you never see him render anything fully too. He just shows up with these super hyper realistic rendered things, but it doesn't look right. Like, look, you can see right here. Actually, it's probably better if I just show. You can see right here. Look at this. He's trying to make it look like he drew it, but you can kind of still see through it. Like right there. See, you could see right there. Here's another one. You can kind of see right here that these ears don't match. And this is what I mean by things that match. Like, see right here? There's things that people draw the same all the time. This is different than this. And I believe that he's kind of just, like, fake drawing over it. I don't know. Now, this actually looks like that Reed Choi guy, that funny Korean guy that I like so much. This actually kind of looks like him a little bit. So, this has a lot of issues in it. So, it has these Japanese characters. Now, I've asked my husband about these. He's fluent in Japanese. And he says that those are just marks. Like, it tried to make kanji but didn't work out. You can also see here that there's shadows of hair from the previous thing underneath it where it's trying to hide it. He didn't draw the hair in. What he should have done if he's trying to hide it is draw the hair in, but there's a shadow here. I just don't believe I don't believe that he drew all this. Because you can see right here, he just does this thing here and this thing. He puts the lips on and everything's fine. There's also this area here, like, that tries to be, like, it's something about right here that's weird. I don't know. Also, it has a more fake Japanese words that are just AI generated text, but you can't tell it's AI generated because unless you know Japanese. Here's another one. It has, so far, it has unknown thing here, clearly generated something here, because where's the rest of her leg? In her hands are hidden in a way where you can't tell where, like, where's her wrists, and her head's like so big for this picture, and like and the cat that's completely different style than the rest of the image. I'm not saying you can't draw stuff that doesn't look like your stuff, but it just is so, why? Bad composition. Here's another one, drawn in the same day. By the way, that's another, like, tell. I don't give a shit if it's black and white. These are fully rendered in quotations, and he posts them one after the other on the same reel. So you'd have to lead me to believe that he has all these just ready to post. So there's this arm here. He seems to, in some drawings, be able to draw arms, and in this drawing cannot draw arms. And the cat is also, you can actually tell, the cat is just traced around like that. And this other Jujutsu Kaisen thing, hand for one. See, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But look, it's all fucked up. Same here. Like, what is this? All fucked up. And he can't do, like, buildings. So it's like, look at this. He didn't draw this. He just didn't. He generated it and then blared it out. But you can tell, like, if someone really drew, like, images like this, they wouldn't have, the buildings wouldn't be unsymmetrical like this. Like, there would be firm mark making. Like, I could probably forgive up here. But not down here. Circles and squares and triangles. Like, absolutely not. Here's another one of the, where he hides stuff behind opacity and draws over it. Look, you can see the old lines. See right here? And you can see right here, this hair doesn't even, like, this hair right here doesn't match this. So he's using other images underneath. Different ear here, different ear here, even though it's the same image. He's missing an eye here, but it might be something different because he has an eye here, but it's just very, almost not drawn at all. So this part is where you can see it right here. This is what he added onto the neck, but back here is where the original neckline is. And you can see it a little bit right here too. I would have to see the sketch of this to believe it's not AI generated. There's too many things going on here that suggest that's AI generated. This is warped. And what is going on with her body? Is it, like, where would her chest be? Like right here? Then there's these necklaces. They're just, he uses Clip Studio Paint. There is more than enough jewelry assets. They would not look like this. Also, another ear drawn differently. This too. This is a picture of somebody, and he did some AI generated stuff and put it back together. Because this, you can see, look, it's on the back layer instead of the front layer. This shirt should go like this. Why is it here? Here's the line here. Then right here, it's hidden. You can see it go up, and no one can draw truly texturized jeans. Like, this is like, it's an image because it doesn't have any imperfections. It's too good. I don't believe that he drew these. I believe he went over it and it's like AI. All right, I do think it's important to actually go over a little bit of his Instagram account real quick, because some of these are just a little bit weird. So I'm not going to play any of the music, and you're just going to have to deal with that. But his reels are just, it's giving, I don't show my process. And he also shows his references, which is a little bit strange to me. Not that showing your references are bad or anything, but it's strange because of my feelings on them. So let's look at this one. So he shows this, and to be honest, this looks a lot like AI to me, but also this part looks like a photo bash partially, and then it goes to the person, and it looks exactly the same right here, right? And then he's going to show us another one, I think. No, this is just the only one. Okay. He just has too many images that just look off. Like, look at that. The earring's not even connected. You could just see that right there. Like, this, I think he just did an outline and then just left it, personally. The eyeglasses right here. Because it's AI. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this one. Look, this is what I was talking about. So he shows the reference. There is no way. No way. So midjourney and Stable Diffusion have a reference this, and you can try to make like an image to image. An image to image is where like it will try to, basically image to image means that you can take this image and make an image close to it. I'm not going to explain it all, but it'll basically adhere to what's on the image and try to make another thing similar to it. So that's what he's doing here. He's got this. Look at it. Like, I can almost be certain that the only thing he did was darken the ear here and then add some white strands. Because when you see the other image, like, look at that. It almost looks the same. And then here's this girl here. And you can see, oh, you can see actually right there. Look at that. Look at that warp. That warping. That hand's warped. He did not draw this. Not even a little bit. And then, ooh, that's a garbage disposal. We're going to look at this. The reference. There's that. And this is another one of those, you guys know how I feel about that. You could see, I mean, he really thought he was doing something where he put all these images like this. You could see this hand's warped. That looks, that hand's overhand. Overhanding on a sword. So you would be pulling it, no, underhanding. You would, to do a sword pull out, you wouldn't be pulling it like it's a dick. You would be pulling it out overhand. Overhand pull out. Not underhand. And this one's like semi-overhand, underhand. And the thing is that there's no clarity with this image. There's just, cool, badass bitch with her swords. And her blades are upside down. So she's actually holding the blades like she's fucking Kenshin. And we all know that she didn't. We know that he drew this. No, we didn't. Alright. We know that there was no Kenshin behind this. It generated it. And boom. Is there any more? So, let's see what else. Reference versus art. I love looking at these because it's like, okay. Like, they're in the sand water. Like, look at this. This is sand on top of water. But they're underwater in the top layer of the sand that's shallow. I see what, okay, I kind of get it. But it couldn't figure it out. So it's just deeper. Reference versus art. Alright, let's see. Look at this. Look at this hair here, though. This isn't... And the earrings are bad. This girl's pretty. Is there any more? Oh my goodness. That girl's pretty too. No, that was Midjourney. Stop. And we already know what he did here. He had another picture, and he didn't even image that. He just, like, made that. He said he drew it. Let's see if there's any more. I also wanted to show you guys this one, because he has this one that has so many images generated that he calls it a short story. So we already know that he generated all these images and put them so close together. So we're going to look at that. I also wanted to mention, these were all in the same reel on the same day. So it would lead people to believe that these were all drawn at the same time, which is impossible. Even if you're fast, you can't tell me you made all these full drawings. Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't. Oh, I found this. Look at this one. It's the outline of the character and then fully rendered. You gotta be out of your mind. That's his process? Get out of here. I found another one we gotta talk about. So, if this is his arm here, and here is his arm here, and his hand is here, then he should have all this. Yeah, we're gonna look at the rest of it. Look at this. Look, he renders the arm a little bit right there. See? Right there. And the hand. And then he keeps going. Mans doesn't have an elbow. He doesn't even... yes. Here's the short story thing. Let's see. So, let's look at these. I know this is AI, but this black and white is kind of cool, though. Like, he didn't draw this. You cannot make me believe that he drew this. This ain't even close to how he draws. Look at that. Look at that neck and that shoulder. The head's, like, completely dislocated. What's going on with these shoes? Is that her leg? Is he wearing heels? Her leg goes up, and this is his foot in a heel. What is that? I feel like I just gotta get lucky. Here we go. There's one. There's another. I just know that he generated all these in one day, and he was like, "Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll say I drew these as a short story." That's what it was. Get out of here. But that's it. That's it for the... Because this stuff here is some of his real stuff, old stuff, and there's nothing to see here, but... So there's also, like, a thing where it's like other little things that go along with it. Separately, some of these things are not a problem, but together they are. So he also has a Civit AI account. Now, I don't think this is 100% proof, because beforehand, before I started making videos like this and stuff, I've let it be known that I used Stable Diffusion before I changed my mind. I had an account. I still have it. Now, his mods believe that he's been using AI since November of last year, 2023, which does make sense, and he does use the black and white to hide artifacts, but I'm going to show you guys what he's doing with an example. Now, the thing is he was, after this confrontation, he said that he was going to make a video showing his process, and because I know how people are on this platform, I am not going to go over there, but you can, and you can see for yourself that he doesn't actually draw anything. He doesn't show the process from beginning to end. And you guys see me on Twitch, you guys see me here on YouTube, you guys know that I draw everything from beginning to end. You've seen me draw many, many times. But he has a video called How I Draw Faces, and he does a lot of yapping, but there's not a lot of showing. He just traces over a clean sketch. I also think that he's never shown any speed paints either, which is sus by itself. And on top of that, I really don't... I can't prove it, but it's my schizo theory that he might have taken the brushes from other resources to make his Procreate brush set, because he uses Clip Studio Paint or Adobe. I have never seen a single video or any proof that he has an iPad, or if he does, he doesn't use it. He doesn't use it for his art. 100%. No, he doesn't. So, he's selling 50 brushes. I don't believe that those brushes are making that art. I'm so sorry. So, we're gonna go look up at his social blade real quick, because this is gonna be my follow-up to showing you guys how I believe he does his art. First, we're gonna look at mine. Okay, this is mine. As you can see, I've had some people following me. I haven't uploaded any media in a minute, since it's been a minute. But I've gotten, more followers because of my YouTube channel and people coming to it. And okay, this is a typical kind of what I'm a smaller Instagram account. So you see here. Oh, Oh, I deleted these. This is me deleting this. I got rid of 13 accounts. Here's 11111. Over the last 30 days, 60 people followed me. And then here's a diagram of kind of what getting followers looks like on Social Blade. We're going to look at raw straws real quick. All right. Here's raw straws. He's been losing followers because he hasn't been using his account, right? But he's also a huge account. You know, he's going to lose big numbers and gain big numbers. He hasn't uploaded in a minute. You know, his account is just not doing good. But I'm not saying that that's bad. But here is his, and he was a dead account for like a year. He gained some, he lost some, gained some, lost some. You could see that he's not uploading much here and there, but then for almost a year he didn't upload anything, so pretty normal. All right, now here's his account. Over the last day, he's lost all of this and gained and put more out there. So he's losing followers every day. Tons of them, actually. Every day he's lost followers, but he uploads a lot, so he shouldn't be having this problem. He should be gaining followers. His growth per his image is so slow. He's lost 540 and gained 30. He's lost 500 followers. There's a reason for that. Look at this. Monthly gain. Now look, negative, he's losing negatives, negative followers, and then boom, you're telling me from February to here, he's got 50,000. For what? How? Just immediately 50,000 followers? And then it's the same thing here. He loses a bunch and then he gains a bunch. Let's look at the details. So in 2022, he had a spike of 29,000 followers. And then no matter how many, he just bled followers for a long time. He just continued to bleed followers, gain a little bit, bleed a little bit, gain a little bit, bleed a lot. And then he goes, he's lost all of this and gained a little bit, but not substantial. And then boom, 24,000, 11,000. Yeah, so he's gaining and he's still losing. Look at that. Last week? Yeah, last week. 251 followers lost. You can see he just loses a bunch every week, which makes no sense. Let's look at his YouTube. Well, at least he's on full monthly statistics. That's weird. He doesn't have anyone who's unfollowed since he made it. I don't know if I feel this is organic growth. Could be, also could not be. Hard to tell. Now, I don't need to generate anything to recreate what he's done, so we're just gonna... I looked up midjourney, and as you can see, it kind of already looks like his content. Let's pick something that he would make. What would he make here? Alright, I found one. So let me get my stuff set up. So here we go. Let's go over this process. Alright, so he clearly makes it black and white, and then the contrast... Probably. Oh, that's about right. Let's get rid of that. We'll do something like this. And now we're going to get a brush. This is fine. I'm just using my style because obviously that's what he does is he just adds the little elements that are supposed to be his style. But he's better at inking than I am, so. And instead of just learning how to draw, like here's what I would do. Instead of learning how to draw the ear, he actually copies the AI ear, which I don't know why you would do that. Here we go. Let me get something that has more movement. All right, so that's, and then he does some of this shit too, but he's better at doing it than I am, so don't judge me. So he does this. Oh god, her neck is very long, so it doesn't really matter what's inside the black part. All right, so he'll do some of these, so it kind of looks like he's been drawn, but it's very messy, and that's the point. Because he's gonna hide that he's doing it. So he's got a little bit of hair here. Alright, so now he'll just barely add it back in like that. Right? He'll probably... I'm just gonna make it look like one of his. Alright, this is the bullshit version. So, sorry, I know this is in real time instead of sped up. But I think it's important that we play with this idea. Because he's playing with our hearts. So, alright. So... Because he can't fully do this, right? He might do something like, add. Well, maybe the darkest of grays, so you can still see that there's a line somewhere. Yeah, he'll do this. He'll do about the same thing to the hair. It'll just be just dark enough. But anyway, that's it. That's what he does. I don't know exactly what he does for the darkness. but I know he does a lot of contrasting, and I know he's putting AI back in it, so he might do something like maybe take the hair, copy it, maybe paste it on top, do something like, yeah, there it is. Yep, there it is right there. There it is. See, this is what he's doing. I don't know why anyone would want to do this, but that's what he does. I think that you guys can come up with your own conclusions. You guys are smart enough. If you liked what you saw, feel free to subscribe. This has been a video that's been taking a minute to make, so what do you guys think? Do you guys think that he's using AI? I mean, I do. I believe that he's using a combination of midjourney and stable diffusion, because his work is starting to look like the AI work. Like, I know that this doesn't matter, right? But I'm just gonna point it out real quick. I know that you shouldn't be using Hive AI to check if someone's work is generated, but I did it anyway. I just checked it. You know, just cause. And it's like, and I even put mine in because some people have asked me if I used AI in this because of the photo bashing in the background. So it says no AI content or likely 2%. And this, I saw the color palette of an AI image and I used the color palette, and look at that. I know that some people upload their stuff and it says it's AI, but I don't know. This says it's 81%, and it, you know, it's midjourney like I thought it was. Look at this one, this, and this. By the way, make your own conclusions. I've made mine, and if he sees this, Areku, if you see this, maybe you should put out that video that you promised your followers, because it looks like you used AI, you bought followers, and I'm having a hard time believing that everything on your account is yours. Now, I know you're pretty young. You're just a baby. So the best thing I would do if I were you, I would admit to it and go back to drawing like normal, because you have an account with a long history, and you got some people on there that really were your followers, and you kind of betrayed them a little bit. And when I say make a real drawing, I mean like do a live stream, start from the beginning. But I have a feeling in my heart that you're not going to do that. And that's why I know that you would strike me if I would show your other content on here. I know you would. So instead of letting you do that, I am not going to reference your videos. You guys have a good day, and just so you know, I'm really sick. I'm going to try to put out a video next week. I was thinking about doing a video when you should let people know you used AI in your work. I feel like that would be a useful video, and I'll do a drawing based on that, okay? I'll see you next time, guys. Stay toasty.